Hello, everybody. How are you? John Napolitano here, and this is part two of our video of what does it take to become a successful trader. So in the first part of my video, in the earlier video, I said you need to do basically three things. You need to write a list of your strengths and weaknesses, which is very important. The second thing you need to do is have your friends and loved ones do the exact same thing for you. Try to get at least 5 people. The third thing you need to do, which is extremely important, is find another group of about 5 people who isn't necessarily a close person, but someone who maybe you had a falling out with, someone of an acquaintance, a business associate, someone who you're not as close with, but someone who maybe has a differing opinion of you. So you have three varying opinions. You have yourself, you have your loved ones, and you have acquaintances and maybe even people you had a falling out with. Once you do that, you have extremely valuable information in your hands. You don't even realize it yet. What you're going to do then is look for patterns in your personality. Now, I have news for you. You might be in this might come as a shock to you, but you're a grown adult, okay? Your personality is not going to change. I'm going to say this again. Your personality is not going to change. I know there's lots of videos on YouTube and other places that talk about like, oh, mindfulness and meditation will help you reach your goals and stuff like that. I agree with that 100%. You can change bad habits, just like people develop just like people develop good habits. It takes time to develop bad habits. If you think about it for a second, if you've tried alcohol for the first time, you probably didn't like the way it tasted. But people who were alcohol dependent obviously have learned to like it over time. So that's an example of how habits form, both good and bad. Okay. So you can break bad habits. And that's what this exercise is all about. Learning to prevent you from yourself. That is the number one way to begin as an expert trader. It's extremely important. So once you collected all that information, look for patterns. If you are extroverted, if you talk too much, if people think that you are, the life of the party, or so on and so forth, if that's your personality, and if that's consistent across the board, then you are probably going to tend to listen to everybody's opinion. You're probably going to, when you decide to put a trade together, you're going to try to watch the news. You're going to listen to your friends. You're going to listen to the experts and everything else. And you're going to tend to overtrade. How do you prevent you from yourself? Well, if you're going to overtrade, there's lots of things you can do. For instance, you could walk away from your computer, set an alert or an alarm for when you, within an hour or two of the day, make sure you go for a long walk. Or if you're really bad, I've had some people actually have their spouse or their significant other pull the plug on their computer, literally pull the plug on their computer. Just so they don't overtrade. If you are an introverted person, for instance, and you tend to analyze everything and you get like analysis paralysis, so to speak, you're the kind of person who doesn't make decisions without making, without being 100% sure. Guess what? In the stock market, you're never 100% sure. So you have to get over that habit. And the way to do that is to shut the television off. Stop watching news, shut your smartphone off, and just focus on what's in front of you. So these are little tips that I've learned over the years that kind of help people. I've been coaching people for like the last decade. I have, like I said in an earlier video, I have over 24 years of experience trading financial markets. And I'm telling you that the number one roadblock to becoming a successful trader is you. Okay. You have to learn how to break the habit of being yourself. And I know that's crazy, but I think, these are biases and habits that you develop over time that aren't going to necessarily change. An introverted person is not going to become an extroverted person. A person who's a know-it-all is not going to always change. That's another personality type, by the way. Like if you have to be right all the time, perhaps trading isn't for you, because you have to be used to being incorrect maybe 50% of the time. Just because you're wrong doesn't mean that you're not profitable. And that's something, a concept that a lot of people don't realize. Just because you're wrong does not mean you can't be profitable. You have to manage your risk. The second part to this equation, besides yourself, is managing your downside, managing your risk. And we're going to spend a lot of time on this channel talking about that. But these are the first two steps I want you to do in order to become a successful trader. I'm going to create other videos. I hope you like and subscribe to this channel because I have a lot in store for you guys. Like I said, I've seen a lot of garbage out there, and I really want to just be out here to kind of show you guys what it's all about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do the exercises that I mentioned. It will help you 100%, and we will move forward from there. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and happy trading. Take care, everybody.